Hi friends, this review will take a look at the XK K124, a small flybarless scale helicopter model that has a brushless main motor and a coreless tail motor. This little helicopter is modeled after the Airbus EC145, a twin-engine heli that is commonly used in life flight. I'm always looking for scale electric helis because you can fly them close and hover and, well, admire their scale appearance. Helicopters are always interesting and great to me because they just look like they shouldn't be in the air. The noise and the rotors working to defy gravity. So to me, when you find a nice scale model, they look that much better and are just a lot of fun to fly. This helicopter is not quite a beginner model because it has a nice scale body, so you don't want to crash it around too much. But if you have flown a fixed pitch helicopter and are comfortable with keeping it in a hover and flying it, you can easily fly the XK. I ordered the model from Banggood and the package was delivered through DHL from Hong Kong to California in 7 days. It was well packed, and though the box had a few creases, nothing was damaged. The model comes as a ready-to-fly for $149.99. This includes the 6-channel XK X6 transmitter, or you can get it as a buy-and-fly for $118.99. The model is compatible with Futaba radios running FHSS, that's Futaba's frequency hopping spread spectrum technology, and you can see the little FTR label on the box. In the main box, you will find 3 smaller boxes. In the parts box, you will find 8 main blades, a spare tail rotor, 4 screws for attaching the main blades, the tail fins, and a spare spur gear. You'll also find the battery and the USB charger. The battery is a single-cell 700 milliamp pack. This gives about 5 minutes of flight. The charger has 2 battery ports for simultaneous charging. This is good because the charger takes about 2 hours to fully charge a battery from completely depleted. The radio has a good feel and the switches are well placed. It is preset for collective pitch with throttle cut, idle up, and toggle between 6-axis stability and 3-axis stability for 3D flight. 6-axis is basically just 3 gyros and 3 accelerometers. You're not getting some sort of interdimensional stability there, but it works well. The radio has servo reversing, adjustable dual rates, and expo, and these are very easy to program. You will need 6 AA batteries for the radio. After you take the model out of the box, you will need to attach the main blades. Don't tighten these too much, they should move pretty freely. Attaching the blades with the rotor over the edge of the canopy can prevent the screw from dropping inside the heli should it slip. The tail fins press into place. I found them to be a little bit loose, so I added some tiny strips of tape on the top and bottom to keep them in place, and so far that has worked well. I found that you can still fit the helicopter back into its little box once the blades and fins are attached, but it still is a tight fit. The model is 87 grams with the battery, so this is a small heli. It's closest in size to the Blade MCPX, and you can pretty much fit it in the palm of your hand. Despite the small size, it has some great scale detailing, including rivets, antennas, and a lot of decals. The color is also a nice bright blue and white. The windshield and windows are a dark transparent, and if you look hard, you can see inside the heli through them. The model is so nicely detailed, it could pass for a scale desktop model. You really notice the nice work they did on it when you compare it to the full scale. For a small model, it has a lot of nice features. Really, the only thing to give it immediately away as an RC is the tail motor. The one downside of the detailing and the enclosed canopy is the electronics and motor don't get much airflow. The battery is pretty hot after a 5-minute flight. The canopy is easy to remove. Pull it off the top where there are magnetic attachments. In the front there is a plastic clip and some tabs to keep it aligned. There are wires running to the front LED, so be careful when you remove the canopy. You can just barely see the main motor when the canopy is removed. The battery has a tight fit into the tray, and once connected you have to kind of push the wires out of the way to get the canopy back on. It's a fairly tight fit. There is a list of spare parts in the back of the instructions. However, as of yet I have not found them on the Banggood site. In the air, the helicopter is stable and hover, the tail holds well, and the tail movements feel locked in. It does drift around some in hover, and minor corrections are needed, but generally you can keep it pretty steady. In flight, it is very smooth and easy to control. It does get small fast given its size. It does have a decent speed even in low rates. If you find that it's a little too much in the low rates than you want, you can easily go into the computer and decrease the low rates from the default of 80%. You can go to 50 or 60% and it will settle it down some. I haven't tried to flip it or roll it yet, really. I would like to keep it intact for now. The model has a good power for sport flying, but don't expect this to be a 3D monster. The heavier canopy and the 1S pack limit it for that. Still, on the Banggood site there is a video of some good 3D flying, and I'll post a link to that in the description so you can see that it is pretty capable of doing that. The LED is very bright, and even in bright daylight it's clearly visible. It's actually pretty helpful to keep orientation if the model gets too far away. You can kind of just rotate the helicopter until the light is straight on and then fly it back. Overall, I really like this model. As I mentioned, I'm always looking for a nice scale helicopter, and this one is outstanding for a small ready to fly. It also flies well, so that makes it a winner. If I can keep it in the air, it's not a difficult helicopter to fly. And if you already have a Futaba radio like a 6, 8, or 10J, you can save a few bucks with the bind and fly. But the ready to fly does come with a solid radio. I think you'll enjoy this helicopter in the air or sitting on your desk or shelf. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. And also, if you have a chance, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you flying next time.